Do you just wish you could eat something normal for breakfast for once, like an omelet? Now you can, and I'm going to show you how. Welcome to World AIP. I'm Stacy, and this channel is dedicated to helping you implement the Autoimmune Protocol, but it's also probably useful if you're into clean eating and whole foods based eating and things like that. Today I'm making breakfast omelets. That's right, an omelet. It's not an omelet, but it is an omelet. It's not made out of eggs, but it's high in protein, and it looks like an omelet, and it tastes like an omelet, it feels like an omelet, and it's AIP compliant. The base of this omelet is actually going to be a very neutral, no flavor white fish. You will not taste fish. Please trust me, please. If you do make this and you taste fish, feel free to leave hateful comments. One thing though, it has to be fresh. It has to be fresh. If you can smell any ammonia, if you can smell any fish, I like to get it frozen. It's usually very fresh that way. And Trader Joe's usually has a good selection of cod, and this is sole. You can use cod, sole, whiting, fillet, halibut, haddock, scrod cod. It's cheap. But yeah, this was $6.99 a pound. You don't want to throw in like tuna or swordfish or salmon in there because it's going to be fishy. You're going to need 1 pound of fish. This is a great way to get more fish into your diet, especially if you don't love fish. It's okay, if you love eggs, you'll love this. Also, when I went to Paleo FX in April, Sarah Valentine gave an awesome speech on the microbiome, and she says that fish is the most digestible protein, and it's also the best protein for your microbiome. And she's not just talking about because of the omega-3 fatty acids, she's saying like any fish is just more digestible and it's better for your microbiome. So here's a way to get more of it. There is one optional specialty ingredient that you might want to grab to make this. It's called Kala Namak, or black salt, Indian black salt. It's not actually black in color. It's not the same as that, it is not the same as that actual black salt, the Hawaiian black salt. This is flavorless. It tastes like salt. Anyway, it's an Indian salt. It's commonly used in Indian cooking. The vegans have actually discovered this and are using it to recreate fake eggs because it has a high sulfur content and it actually tastes like eggs. It's crazy. Like if you put a little on your hand and you taste it, you're like, I feel like I just ate an egg. It's just it's weird, it's crazy, it works. It tastes like egg. It's the sulfur content. So using this will like make this so authentically eggy, it'll blow your mind. If you don't have it, it's okay. This is still going to be flavor neutral. You're not going to taste fish. It's going to be delicious, and you can throw garlic and things in there to customize your omelet. So I highly recommend checking this out, but if you don't have any laying around, I would still try this recipe out. If you do want to grab some, I'll put a link in the description box. It's crazy. It's very eggy. So I weighed my fish. This is 1 pound. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to use 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. That's going to give it the eggy color. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of the black salt, Kala Namak, or you can use 1 teaspoon of regular rolled salt if you'd like. Oh, it even smells like an egg. It's crazy. I'm gonna throw in a teaspoon of Italian herbs. This blend has basil, oregano, thyme, marjoram, a little bit of rosemary, a little bit of sage. And last, you're gonna throw in 3/4 cup of water. If you wanted this to be ultra rich, you could totally use coconut milk, but it's really not necessary. Blend it up. Oops, gotta plug it in. What you are left with, oh, it smells just like eggs, and you have a dough. You have your egg dough, okay, your omelet. I'm gonna use a 6-cup Pyrex. I love using coconut oil to grease a pan with because I just take like a blob in my hand and I spread it all around like that. And it's nice and easy, and then whatever's left over I just kind of hand lotion. Can you see how that like kind of molded to the shape of the blender? It's weird when you puree fish, the proteins in it kind of hold together very similar to an egg. Spread you an omelet. Oh, I preheated my toaster oven to 320 degrees, by the way. There's no need to cover this. You could top this top with some of my provolone cheese. You could fold in some chives or fresh chopped basil in right here, or you could fold in some caramelized onions or fennel bulb. But this is just a nice basic omelet. So pop this in the toaster oven, and we're gonna go for 25 minutes. This recipe has actually been a total game changer for me because I will never be able to reintroduce eggs. At least I haven't in like the last 15 years or whatever. I had to stop eating eggs many years ago when I tried to reintroduce isolated egg yolk from pastured local chickens that didn't eat like corn or whatever. No. So I just feel like I'm so excited to be able to eat this every day. I've been eating this almost every day for breakfast now. It has replaced my porridge. I love to pair it with some plantain rice or just some greens. It's just, oh. Nutrition facts. This recipe, I really think it makes 3 servings. I mean, you could probably get 4 servings out of it, but I've calculated this for 3 and it only has 147 calories per serving. No carbs, almost 20 grams of protein and 7.5 grams of fat, healthy fat. So you definitely want to pair this with some, you know, carb of your choice. Or greens if you're on keto. This is perfect. And it's loaded with B12. Got some choline, just like eggs would have. A little bit of vitamin D and E. Selenium. Just a little bit of, you know, monounsaturated fat there. And all in all, just a really nice, clean, and lean source of protein. Kind of comparable to like an egg white omelet, really. Now this is just hot out of the oven, no refrigeration required, doesn't need any time to set or anything like that. I mean, it's basically like the texture of an omelet. You see the wiggle? You might as well have baked up some eggs in there. It smells like eggs, it tastes like eggs, and it's gonna hold together like this. You can freeze this, it freezes perfectly. Keep it in the fridge for probably up to 2 days, or you just freeze it if you want to batch cook a bunch of it. You're ready to saute up your greens and heat up your rice and have an omelet breakfast. Look at this. I'm very proud of this. Very proud of this, you guys. My favorite way to serve this is over some of my plantain rice or couscous with a little bit of my plantain cheese, and then I top it with my AIP hot sauce. If you were a $2 patron, you would have this recipe. It's not too late. It's still up there. It's also delicious with pesto. This probably seems weird to you, you know, I know. You're like, really? It's made out of fish. I know. Oh. Please, please try this. Please take my word for this. You're not gonna, it's not fishy. It's an omelet. Also, if you want to get fancy, you could totally throw in some raw green plantain when you're pureeing it. That'll help it bind. You could make something like a quiche. You could make a pie crust, AIP pie crust. Just Google AIP pie crust, you'll find one. And you could do that. You could put this mix in with some provolone cheese. Fold in the provolone cheese right into it with some spinach, you know, some onion. You could get very fancy with it. You could make an egg McMuffin, for crying out loud. Make my OMG it's bread, right? Instead of cutting it into squares, you can use a glass or a biscuit cutter to cut out rounds. All those extra little end pieces left over, dry them out in the oven, use them as breadcrumbs. Put them in meatballs and stuff like that. Anyway, you got your rounds, or you could just do it on a square piece of OMG it's bread, or your favorite AIP bread. Add some bacon, maybe a little avocado. can make a wrap, a breakfast wrap with some omelets and bacon. No matter how you eat it, it's just like having eggs back in your life. Please let me know if you make this, how you liked it, or any changes you made to the recipe, like fun additions and things like that. I really do think this is a game changer as far as AIP breakfast goes. If you want more exclusive videos, you can sign up for a monthly Patron exclusive video that'll never be out on YouTube. There's a link in the description box. There'll be a pop-up too. It says view my lens. So basically, for my $2 and up patrons, I put an exclusive recipe out once a month as a thank you, but I also post a bunch of free clips that anyone can view, patron or not. So either way, it's worth checking out. Great little community I have going on over there. And I really hope you love your omelets as much as I love my omelets. I hope to see you soon. Until then, be healthy. Clean up, crew.